In our research on the Adams Street Baptist Church, we found that it was back in, well, the date was 1862. It appears, from what we can find out, that the original church was named Second Baptist Church. And then they changed it to Adams Street Baptist Church because of the location, where after the sale of the Adams Street property, the new building was erected right here on Madison Avenue, and it was called the Citywide Baptist Church. That was in 1925, but that didn't make a lot of people happy. And so in 1930, the name was changed to Madison Avenue Baptist Church. The location of Second Baptist Church was right about here is where the steps were going up into the sanctuary.
Now, sanctuary, was it on the first floor? It was on the second floor, is that correct? Or how was the church layout once you went up those steps?
Well, you went in on the first floor.
Okay.
What we would call the floor. There was a basement in that thing.
Okay.
So locate there. Yeah,
you
go up the steps and enter the sanctuary. And it did have a basement down there for a long time, had a dirt floor. And I think, I've forgotten what year it was, but it was a while after they had moved into this place. They got in there and renovated that part and put a concrete floor and put classrooms and all down there, so it worked out real well.
How about, do you have any fond memories about anybody in the church or some of the pastors, anything like that, Mr. Gene? Any of the people that made an impact on your life? As a young man, I know you were a young man when you came to Second Baptist.
Well, there's a number of people do that, and I would start by talking about the gentleman named W.F. Lee. He was really the saint of the church. He was old. In fact, he started this church when he was just a baby, a child. And he stayed in until he died, and he was up in his 80s that time, but he loved the church. And he was very adamant about some of the business that wanted to be carried on. He was really good, but everybody loved him in spite of it.
Yeah.
Then other people, there was a gentleman that I worked with a lot here at the church named J.Q. Ishii. He and I were real close friends. And of course, we worked together on many of the business that the church had, and we could always call on one another for help if we needed help.
What was the landscape like down Madison Avenue at that time?
Well,
Mr. Gene? What was it
at
like
that
back
time,
in those days?
that building was built while we were here, and I was here, starting in '46. And that, I think the gentleman that owns that building was there at the time, and he's still there. There was a plumbing shop in this area. I remember there was a big white house over here. Next to it was a car dealership, Vandergriff Allen, I believe it was. He was a Plymouth and Dodge dealer. And that went right on down to the corner. On that corner where you see the red building, I remember it used to be Danny's Diner, one of those silver car diner things, had a Bumblebee. And that was a very popular place. And of course, there was houses beyond this building right here, the church, with that truck standing on down to the corner. And there were houses on down there a ways, over there too, there was a few.
So now, when people came to the church, you just park on the street out here? There was no parking lots back
No
in those
parking
days.
lots. We parked along the streets right here on both sides, or on Union Street, and then walked to the church.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this building here, the Industrial Relations Building, it was there. And now, that portion of it was not at the time. That was built after our property was sold. I don't know what year they built that, but that was added to.
After y'all built the church, that was it.
Yeah.
This building was back here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whenever the church.
Yeah. But this was an enjoyable time, those years.
Oh, I can imagine.
I can look back, see all the blessings I received. and what all the Lord did for us, well, He sure helped us through. Of course, we had our problems, but we sure asked God for guidance in resolving things that took place or whatever happened that caused us some trouble. We first started going to this thing during the war. And of course, when we come back, we came back to Old Second Baptist Church.
And you've been here
We've
before,
been here and enjoyed it.
You knew what you was coming back to.
We knew what was here. And here we are. We've been here ever since. Of course, while I was working, I was transferred out on promotions and moved around. But when it was all over, we came back. This was home.
This was home.
And we have never regretted it, not one bit. So I know the Lord was in all of it. He was leading us what we should do. And the Lord, I think, has kept us here this long to do something. He's not through with us yet.